On the eve of the crucial Makerfield by-election, I wrote a few words about what it could lead to, and I'd like to share them with you now. I said, Labour's leadership struggle looks like three bold men fighting over a comb. The party is currently complicit in what's been called an extraction economy, in which super-rich asset owners are making huge profits by renting out the property they own, bought from government, and dividends from privatised utilities. Keir Starmer has done nothing to reverse this trend, which has starved young people of starter jobs and put everyone whose earnings are low under the cosh of high bills for life's necessities. While presenting himself as the great white hope of progressive politics, in practice Andy Burnham looks more of the same. He has floated a couple of policies that might break the rentier capitalist stranglehold on the economy, only to withdraw them in the face of rising interest rates or the pulling of other economic levers by the privileged classes to discourage him. And last week, Wes Streeting floated progressive capitalism. It turns my stomach to hear a Labour MP advocating capitalism in any way, but almost none of it is capitalism as a left-wing person would understand the term anyway. Traditionally, capitalism means private ownership of productive assets, competition between firms, and the pursuit of profit. The left opposes it because capitalism naturally concentrates wealth and power, creating monopolies, oligopolies, exploitation, and inequality. In saying British capitalism suffers from a lack of competition, Streeting is admitting that wealth and power have been concentrated, but he seems to be denying that it has led to exploitation and inequality in the face of the facts. Streeting appears to be saying he would keep private ownership but increase competition, use government intervention to stop market concentration, and invest directly into strategic sectors. I think any government investment would be lapped up by the privateers who run those sectors, and government intervention would be discouraged using the economic levers that have already shown Burnham where his place is. What we've seen recently is that capitalism naturally evolves towards the conditions Streeting says he wants to eliminate, and will resist any attempts to change it. And we haven't heard what he would actually do. Would he break up large corporations? Would he renationalise natural monopolies like water, where genuine competition is structurally impossible? Would he support public ownership where competition cannot realistically exist? I doubt it. So we're left with a slogan rather than anything real. And Streeting has implied that he will launch a bid to take the Labour leadership next week, no matter what the result of the by-election may be. If so, and if Burnham wins in Makerfield, ignores Starmer's bribe of a cabinet place, and throws his own cap into the ring, then the contest we see will likely resemble three bold men fighting over a comb. In other words, no matter who wins, nothing will change. At least not from that direction. There is another destabilising force heading towards Labour in the form of new Unison General Secretary Andrea Egan. She has said Labour must change, and drastically, or it will hand power to Reform UK. This means that no matter who gets in, Labour must change its direction radically. The examples she cites are pay restoration for public sector workers, investment in infrastructure, rebuilding public services, insourcing work from private contractors, and reversing policies seen as hostile to working class communities. In doing so, she has exposed a strategic dilemma. Some Labour politicians think the answer is to move further right on issues like immigration and welfare, But Egan's argument is almost the opposite, that Labour needs more visibly progressive economic policies, better public services, and higher living standards, because people aren't moving left or right from Labour, they're just moving away. With Labour essentially paralysed, at the beck and call of the extraction economy's beneficiaries, and with no likely change, no matter who leads the party, then the looming leadership contest won't resolve the party's problems. It will only expose them more clearly.